Simon here again. So, part 3 of how I try to live healthy here in the Philippines, in the province. Part 1, we spoke about exercise and how important it is to build muscle mass as we age and get older. In part 2, we spoke about diet and nutrition, and part 3 is going to be about fasting. So fasting, it's nothing new. It's something what us humans have done for the past 10,000 years. Now, I first came across fasting in September 2020 when I was seriously sick with COVID. I was bedridden for at least 4 weeks out of those 6. Now, my appetite completely went. My sense of smell and taste went for at least 3 months, 4 months after I got through COVID. I guess they call it long COVID now, don't they? Anyway. Now, whilst I was bedridden, I must have Googled something like, is it okay not to eat for 2 or 3 days? Because literally, I didn't eat for 2 or 3 days. And I was amazed because I was being told by my family and boss at the time, Simon, you must eat, you must eat, you must eat. And I'm thinking, no, it's the opposite. For any illness, your body needs to heal, and fasting is a way that your body heals. So that's when I first came across fasting, and I saw all the amazing health benefits of doing fasting. Now, there are 3 types of fasting. One is intermittent fasting, one is prolonged fasting, and the other one is long-term fasting. But to be honest, I won't even talk about long-term fasting because that's when you come into a state where you start to lose muscle mass, and as in my first video, as we age, we need to gain more muscle mass. So I adopt a combination of intermittent fasting and prolonged fasting. So let me talk about IF first. IF is when you only eat in a window of 6 hours. So typically, your last meal of the day is around 6 p.m, maybe 7 p.m, as we do sometimes. But then, you don't eat until noon the next day. So basically, you just skip breakfast. But be careful. You need to be sensible about your diet in that 6-hour window, of which I'll try and explain to you the reasons why. When you don't eat, your body goes into what's called ketosis. So as you're fasting, your body is getting rid of the stored glucose in your liver and your organs. So your body is depleting all the glycogen. Once that starts to drop significantly, that's when your body and your brain starts to create ketones, and your body is more effective running on ketones as it is carbs and sugar. So when you fast for that period, something amazing is happening, which I will explain in a second. But when you fast and when you eat in that 6-hour window, don't be eating pizza, burger, chips, soda drinks, anything that's high in carbs and sugar, because you will undo the benefits of what you've done whilst you were fasting. What happens is your body goes into a state of autophagy. Autophagy means self-cleaning. So basically your body is recycling old damaged cells, it's improving your gut microbiome, it's generally healing your body. from top to toe. So that's the benefit that you will lose if you adopt the same diet that you've been eating, which is high carbs, sugar, that kind of things. Now I do IF on a daily basis. I would say at least 6 out of 7 days. My wife and I do IF. Basically, you just skip breakfast. Anyone can do that. So that's our kind of way of living, and the benefits that it gives us is amazing. And of course, one of the key things happens is that you lose weight. But when you first start doing IF, you won't burn a lot of fat in the first 1 or 2 or 3 days. You just basically lose water, fluid. So it's very important to drink a lot of water. So going on to prolonged fast, and that is anything from a 24-hour fast onwards. So IF I do day to day, and every now and again I throw in a prolonged fast just to do a full body reset. Now in the past 5 years I've done a combination of 24-hour fast, 48, 72. Recently I did a 6-day fast. Yeah, no food for 6 days. Now that may surprise some people, but let me give you an example how amazing the human body is. When there was that earthquake in Istanbul in Turkey a few years ago, there were some people that were trapped for weeks on end under rubble. And there was even a few people that were trapped for 1 month. They had no food for 1 month. But they had access to water, thank God, but they managed to live for 1 month. That's how amazing the human body is. So the more you do a prolonged fast, it gets easier. Now I did a 24, 48, 72. Autophagy seems to be maxed out, and the biggest effect of autophagy is when you get to about the 3rd day. That's when you're really in autophagy, where your body is recycling old damaged cells. What also happens is your body starts to increase what's known as HGH, human growth hormone, and that is anti-aging. Look at me, I'm 70 years old. I'm joking, 58. But that's the benefit of doing a prolonged fast. There are many other benefits of fasting. In fact, there's countless benefits of fasting. It's been proven to cure depression. It's been proven to cure some cancers. It's been proven to reverse type 2 diabetes. So why would we not fast? Now there is still a lot of stigma around fasting and not eating, and I said earlier that when I had that bad COVID in that month, when I was being told not to eat, when I came to the Philippines and I started to do fasting here, my family and friends say, "Simon, no, you will faint, you'll get stomach ulcers," and I'm thinking, if only you knew. If only you knew. But going back to my previous video about diet and nutrition, the typical diet, not just here in the Philippines, but around the world, is you must eat breakfast, you must eat lunch, and you must eat dinner. And we know that that's absolutely garbage. Now, there's been countless studies and tests for 10 plus years now about fasting, of the benefits of fasting. So it's been proving that fasting does work. It's just that we've been always being informed and being pushed to eat a breakfast, a lunch, a dinner. Your body needs food to survive. No, it does. But your body doesn't need calories 3 times a day or every hour or whatever. It just doesn't. Now, the other benefits of doing fasting, guys, it is absolutely one of the best things you can do for your body. One of the benefits is you get better sleep. And when I did that 6-day fast recently, I even exercised for more than 1 hour a day on my cross trainer, and whether it was chest or arms, back or whatever. So I exercised for 1 hour a day plus. You have masses of energy. Masses of energy. So I was talking to my family, I think after the 4th day of fasting, and they say, "No, Simon, you know, you need to eat." When I told them that I just finished exercising for 1 hour, they were shocked, because they just don't know the benefits of fasting, because we've always been told you need to consume breakfast, lunch and dinner, and we know you don't. Now, the other benefits of fasting, along with curing some cancers, curing type 2 diabetes, it also lowers blood pressure as well. So I've lost count now how many benefits there are to fasting. So for anyone who is thinking of doing a fast, either intermittently or prolonged, give it a try. However, I wouldn't advise jumping straight into a prolonged fast, because that's going to be quite a shock to your system. And also, I would recommend and suggest anyone that has any health conditions to go and see their GP and doctor first before going into a full-on fast. But ease yourself into it first by doing intermittent fasting. I mean, anyone can do that. It will be a shock to your system to a small degree. You know, you're still eating within 6 hours, but just be sensible and do not eat in that period between 6 and 12 or 7 and 1, whatever you want to do, but only eat in a 6-hour window, and be sensible about your diet and what you put into your bodies, because what you put into your body, we all know how important it is. You know, we want to reduce inflammation that comes from sugar. We want to cure any depression, and it's been linked that sugar, as mentioned in my diet video, is that dementia is linked to carbs and sugar. Constant consuming of carbs and sugar, it's not a good route. So guys, hopefully you've liked this video about fasting. I've genuinely really enjoyed doing these 3 videos. Any questions, please feel free to ask. Anything about my life here in the Philippines, or anything about the subjects that I've covered in the last 3 videos. So guys, thank you again. You're all amazing. Thank you so much. See you all again soon. Bye for now.